Once you see this, you will never doubt the story of Noah again.
Ron Wyatt. Ron Wyatt. Ron Wyatt.
Ron Wyatt.
Ron Wyatt.
Ronald Wyatt first became obsessed with finding the real Noah's Ark when he saw this at 27 years old in Life magazine. The article read, Noah's Ark? ? The Turkish government had been taking aerial photographs when they noticed this strange boat-like object which had been accidentally captured. But why? Why did Ron Wyatt get so excited about one single photograph? I'll tell you why. The Bible says, then the ark rested in the 7th month, the 17th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat. And where was this photograph taken? It was taken beside the mountains of Ararat. Ron wanted to catch a plane immediately. He wanted to fly across to Turkey to see if this was the real Noah's Ark. But he had responsibilities. He was a married man and his wife was expecting their 3rd child. So what he did is he made a promise to himself. He promised himself that one day he himself would travel to the mountains of Ararat to see if this really is the most exciting archaeological discovery that the world has ever seen. But why does Joe Kirby care about finding the real Noah's Ark? Well, really, it's because I'm tired of people saying things like this.
If you tell the story of Noah and the Ark to an 8-year-old, he's gonna have some questions.
It's the Book of Noah. I actually got this awarded to me when I used to go to Sunday school every week. I believed in all this till I was 8.
So he made a boat. What did he put in the boat? His family. What else? All the animals he could find. Did he put 2 of every animal in the world on the boat? No. How can I be so sure? Try it.
More than 40% of the American people believe literally in the story of Noah's Ark. We should be able to ignore them and get on with our science, but we can't afford to because they control school boards. They homeschool their children to deprive them of access to proper science teachers.
It's very reasonable perhaps to you that Noah had superpowers and was able to build this extraordinary craft with 7 family members, but to me it's just not reasonable.
But not only that, there has been many other attempts to try and find the real Noah's Ark, and some of them have even been called fraudulent. In 2010, a Chinese-Turkish expedition took off into the mountains of Ararat. As they went beneath the ground, they claim they found a large sea structure with decaying wood inside of it. So they extracted a piece of wood. They took it back to one of their laboratories in Hong Kong and they tested it. How old was this wood, they claim? 4,800 years old, which is exactly what we'd expect to see if it was to align with the biblical account. Now, as amazing as all of this sounds, you begin to become doubtful when the organisation itself refused to tell people where this location is, where it is they claim to have found Noah's Ark. And not only that, they won't give this piece of timber to other archaeologists, to separate groups who can do their own independent studies to see if the carbon dating really is correct. And also, when you look at the pictures, people do say the wood doesn't exactly look like it's thousands of years old. Some of it looks rather new. And then, do you remember this film? Well, Robert Ballard, the oceanographer who discovered the Titanic, also now claims that he has found an ancient shoreline beneath the Black Sea which is 5,000 years old. And Robert believes that this ancient shoreline points as evidence towards Noah's Ark and a worldwide flood. But for me personally, the evidence doesn't get much stronger than what our friend Ronald Wyatt discovered at the Juripinar site near the mountains of Ararat. So, 17 years on, and at 44 years old, Ronald Wyatt finally fulfilled the promise he made to himself. He flew across to the Middle East, and there on horseback he started to make his journey through the mountains of Ararat. As he stood on a ridge in Iran, there he was blown away. He could finally see the boat-like object on a ridge, and he could not believe his eyes. Even if a child stood here and looked at this imprint, even a small child would know that it was once a boat that had been there. And this was not some natural formation. No, this really was a sea vessel. So what he did is he pulled out his camera and he started taking lots of pictures. He also filmed the location because what he needed to do is he needed to gather evidence. He needed to present a case to the whole world to say this really could be Noah's Ark. and we need to discover, we need to investigate further. Back at the hotel,